proprietary blends at InfoWarsTeam.com that Longevity has developed. When you purchase them at InfoWarsTeam.com, you get discounts and make this whole radio transmission possible. But that's a side issue to you getting empowered, and the sores went away. His memory came back. He was back. It was like a movie. It was like Planet of the Apes, the latest edition of it, which is an excellent movie, by the way, where they inject the guy with the serum vaccine and it reverses the Alzheimer's. Well, this was just with minerals and vitamins, and the doctor tested his blood, said, "Your vitamin K, what are you doing?" "Well, I'm taking these supplements." "Well, you can't have that. They're telling you vitamins are bad now." And you know what? Again, I hate to promote stuff on the back of that, but Ted wants me to tell the story because the doctor said no. The doctor is God. That's the end of it. Can't promote longevity products to him. And I see these people, and I've studied naval warfare. It was kind of a hobby to study the history of that a little bit in history books. Very entertaining. And scurvy was such a big problem. I know I talk about this a lot. But I go look at these old people with their teeth falling out, sores all over them. They're hardly eating. They're eating processed crud, and they're starving to death. And I'm so sick of watching this. So, yes, start your own garden. Yes, start getting raw eggs from a local farmer like I do. And again, you can start reversing it. My brain works better. I feel better. My children behave better. My wife has had amazing results. I know women who've had their hair falling out, got on Beyond Tangy Tangerine, Pollen Burst, and other products. Their hair came back. It is amazing because people are starving to death. So I do challenge you to go to InfoWarsTeam.com and get Beyond Tangy Tangerine, get the Pollen Burst, get the Alex pack that's got all the other great products in it. It's all available, and get on this journey with us. But I'm done plugging that. I got to let all the other callers go. I apologize because they were on other subjects. I want to open the phones up right now for our guest, Dr. Joel Wallach, so people can call in with their specific questions. 800-259-9231, 800-259-9231, and then a jam-packed hour coming up on the economy, the police state, and your phone calls as well in the next hour. But Dr. Wallach, going through things, I wanted to ask you about this. I was in a CVS a few days ago getting some batteries by my house, and I watched as children came up and were all getting gum. And every gum in there, they had like 30 or 40 right there at the front counter, had aspartame. And I know that aspartame breaks into wood alcohol. I know it's also addictive, as many poisonings are. I understand that people get to where they absolutely, need it. That's why they put it in there, so it's addictive. It is the feces of a genetically engineered E. coli bacteria in bioweapons development in the 60s. They got it approved, obviously, in 1981. And I start telling people, "Hey, ma'am, I noticed you're buying your son that. I don't mean to get in your business, but that has wood alcohol in it. That's what aspartame is." And they start laughing at me, and I go, "It's feces of a bacteria." And my son goes, "Yes, it's in the manufacturing process." And the woman gets mad at me and runs out of the building. But I don't care. If I see children buying it, I must tell them it's rat poison. And the people behind the counter know who I am, so they're laughing. But it's not funny. I've seen major studies admitting that degeneration, macular degeneration, all these other problems are directly connected to aspartame being in tens of thousands of products now. It's in sugar candy, it's in processed foods, it's everywhere. They're assaulting us with it. An example of that, what is aspartame doing there, and what can be done with nutritional things to reverse things in the eyes, or at least stop the damage? I know sometimes you're too far down the rat hole. I mean, my point is this. This is what I'm getting at. We all know beta-carotene increases night vision and things like that. We all know that, well, my family, my children now beg for the essential fatty acids. They don't even like the candy-flavored vitamins that we used to give them. Now, at first, they didn't like Beyond Tangy Tangerine. Now that their body knows what it is, they beg for it. They beg for their big horse pill essential fatty acids with your picture on it. They were all eating them this morning. Their brain has figured out, and they said, it makes us feel really good. So again, what's going on with the eyes? Because I know that's epidemic, eyes degenerating. What's happening there?
Well, again, you're very perceptive, Alex. Macular degeneration is the most common cause of blindness in adults, and is very seductive because, as you point out, aspartame, other sugar alcohols, mannitose, and that kind of stuff, these things actually make the body think that you're getting what you need. And when we're minerally deficient, we have cravings. We call them the munchies. Your body's looking for something. And to me, the thing that aspartame and other alcohol sugars or sugar alcohols and these artificial sweeteners, they make the body think you're getting what it's looking for. And you keep going down that rat hole you were talking about. And we can actually reverse. I can take people who have been legally blind, rendered legally blind by macular degeneration for 8, 10, 12 years, and in 90 days get them to read 20/20 without glasses. I don't care if they're 85 years old. We do this all the time. And it's become quite the thing. We actually have eye doctors now send us people because we can do these things. What we do is we actually give the nutrients, as you point out, the 90 for life, the Alex Pack is really great that you've adopted this program, the Alex Pack.
But Doc, what's happening in the eye with the sugar alcohols? What are they doing specifically? Because I want to speak to that. I mean, how can people, as pharmacist Ben Fuchs said, stopped or in some cases reversed it? I mean, obviously, if you're born blind or other genetic things, but I mean, what's happening in macular degeneration? We know the eye needs beta carotene. What else does it need? Why are we seeing the epidemic of eye problems?
Well, your eye needs all 90 essential nutrients, just like your liver and your heart and your kidneys and your brain and your skin and your bones, your cartilage. Every tissue in your body needs all 90 essential nutrients, and so do your eyes. The retina of your eye, to function properly, take pictures and transmit them to the brain and turn it into something you can visualize. Now, what happens is when you get oxidative damage to the retina of the eye, it's actually the easiest way, I think, to explain it is liver spots. You've all seen liver spots on the older person's back of their hands, their face, age spots. The same thing is happening to the retina of your eye, and light can't get through there. And again, beta carotene is a great antioxidant. Obviously one of the oldest ones. It's one of the first fat-soluble vitamins that were recognized, and it's one of the greatest antioxidants. It prevents oxidative damage. And, of course, when you get things like aspartame, it is used to make things that are oxidative, in other words, cause free radical damage, taste good. So it's kind of a screen for things that are bad for you. It makes it taste good. So you're willing to take in things that actually cause the oxidative damage, cause liver spots and age spots in your retina. And the bad taste of the bad things is masked by the sweet flavor of the aspartame. So that's what it is. It's literally crud building up in the eye, basically, to put it in layman's terms. And, okay, this is amazing. I love the sun. I mean, I love to go out and go fishing or go hiking with my shirt off. But until I started really using longevity intensely about 6 months ago, it was back in November, so however long ago that was, I guess about 7 months ago now, I would get big brown spots all over my face, freckles. Obviously, my body's trying to defend me from the sun. I've noticed now I'm getting even more sun, but because I've been taking longevity, I have about half the freckles I did before. Used to go out in the sun, the next day, bigger freckles, brown spots all over my face. My wife's like, you look like a cheetah. What's happening there? Because I've heard pharmacist Ben Fuchs talk about the fact that when you're not getting the vitamins and minerals you need, you sunburn worse and you have problems. What's happening there? Well, exactly, Alex. These are reversible. You take in the antioxidants like beta-carotene. You take in the Beyond Tangerine, the powder has 115 super juices in it. Everybody knows about noni and mangosteen and these types of things and acai berry. Well, this has 115, not 3, not 10, but 115 of these super juices in this one product. And these are part of the secret of these top 20 longevity cultures. This is where all these super juices came from these peoples. And scientists and anthropologists will say, well, this is part of their longevity secret, which is quite true, but only one part of the recipe. And so we installed 115 of these super juices in this one product, along with 130 vitamins and minerals and amino acids and fatty acids in the Alex Pack. And this is why we're able to shrink and eliminate age spots and liver spots. When you have 10 of them on your skin, you have 1 million of them in your brain. And, of course, doctors love it when you have Alzheimer's disease because they bought up all the rehab centers, and they bought up all the hospices. And so
Well, that takes me back to the, what is it where I see old people everywhere, even folks that are like 65, 70, with rot holes in their skin, and their skin gets paper thin. I mean, from the descriptions I've read, that's like scurvy, isn't it?
Well, exactly right. Scurvy attacks the connective tissue, including your skin, your gums.
And the doctors won't teach nutrition now, so they won't tell you you've got scurvy.
Well, they don't even know it. They're so ignorant. They don't even know it, Alex. I wouldn't even give them credit to know that they're withholding it. They're just so ignorant. They don't even know it. In fact, Alzheimer's disease is a physician-caused disease. Didn't exist 40 years ago. It's a physician-caused disease because they've given us these statin drugs to lower cholesterol, and your brain is 75% by weight cholesterol. So you go on a cholesterol-restricted diet. They made egg beaters for baby boomers. You eat egg beaters, you take cholesterol-lowering drugs, you're going to get Alzheimer's disease like, what's her name, Pat Summitt, the winningest basketball coach ever. She had to have a good brain for that. And they gave her Alzheimer's disease by giving her statin drugs.
Well, my dad is a dentist, but he took biology in college and things. And 10 years ago, he was showing me studies that they knew statins were literally disintegrating people's brains. He got my grandmother to go off of them. I'm my mom's mom, and she was never... She was always real sharp, but she certainly, I could tell the difference when she got off of it. She had more energy. But now the new literature admits it's destroying people's brains. It's just incredible.
Yeah, exactly. The FDA came out just a couple of weeks ago and said that statin drugs, it's a new warning, it says statin drugs actually increases your risk of Alzheimer's disease and increases your risk of type 2 diabetes by 50%. And there was not a single doctor in America, Alex, not one single doctor in America except me that sent out an email to everybody that said, get off of statin drugs. Every other doctor just sort of hunkered down and hoped their patients didn't see it or hear it.
Yeah, well, also Dr. Russell Blaylock is a retired top brain surgeon. He just says it's criminal. He says statins are criminal.
Well, I agree with him 100%, and I can't thank you enough for getting this out to the American people, because it's going to take individuals like yourself and your crew on InfoWarsTeam.com to save America. We need saving here, and so I'm glad to be part of your army.
Absolutely, and it's a win-win-win, because we can get you on to break down just all these facts, and at the same time, we can also then support this independent news organization when people support us at InfoWarsTeam.com. Let's go ahead and take some calls here. Who's been holding the longest? Bill in Ohio, you're on the air with Dr. Joel Wallach. Go ahead.
Hey, Alex, appreciate it. Hi, Dr. Wallach. Just wanted to ask, my wife is pregnant, and we're on the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the essential fatty acids, but I'm wondering if there's anything else we should be doing.
Okay, good question. Now, how far along is she?
About 4 months.
Well, congratulations. Yeah, if she plans on breastfeeding the baby, I would add the Osteo FX Plus. And so that's where the Alex Pack would come in, because it has the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, the Osteo FX Plus, and the EFA Pluses, which are the omega-3s. And the Alex Pack is the most economical, best functional way to do it. It deals with 100 pounds of human flesh. One pack is good for 100 pounds of human flesh. So if you use it for a 50-pound kid, that's a 2-month supply. If you give it to a 200-pound person, regardless of gender, that